Hello everyone. Are you able to hear me? Hello everyone. Welcome to the session on TISSNET. Let me know if you are online. Just drop me a hi in the chat window. Hi Nehal. Let's just wait for others to join in as well. Hi Bipanchi. Hi Sai. I'm just waiting for a few more to join. Hi Mukesh. Let's just wait for another 30-40 seconds and then we'll start. Hi Sanjana. How is your preparation going on, everyone? How is your preparation going for TISSNET? Hi Tanisha. Great. So have you all started taking TISSNET mocks? Hi Tanu. Sure. Great. That's okay. What I'll suggest that in the month of August, do take one full-length mock test of TISSNET. If you have just started your preparation, you should take one mock test towards the last week of August, just to get an idea that where you stand. Hi, honey. Sanjana, yes, that's the right thing. Hi, Avirup. So in this session, as some of you requested, that we will be talking about the non-GK part of TISSNET, that how to go about the preparation for non-GK part. Because for GK, I believe that most of you are pretty sorted because I see that quite a few of you are preparing already from our study material. So the GK ebooks and the GK tests which we are providing should suffice. If you will have time at the end, then you can probably go through competition success review or Pratyogita Darpan magazines. Okay, just that much is required. You don't need to go through NCRT books. You don't need to go through year books. You don't need to go through all those stuffs from GK perspective. Hi, Swapnil. Yeah, I know, Swapnil. You have just started your preparation. There is no need to worry. You have good enough time to prepare well in the time which is there. So all of you who are starting your preparation at this juncture, who are starting your preparation from August as well, you don't need to worry because for TISSNET you still have good enough time in hand, and the time from August to December is good enough, is sufficient for you to be able to score well in TISSNET. Even if say you are targeting a course like HRM or ODCL, which is going to have a high cutoff as compared to some of the other MPH and MSW courses. But even if say you are aiming for MPH or MSW and you are starting right now, you don't need to worry. You have good enough time. Even if there are people who are weak in maths, they don't need to worry. As I have covered in the previous sessions as well, that TISSNET is one exam where even with an average quant, you can do very well. So rather than getting into more of GK part, in this session, I will be taking up your queries around quant, verbal and LRDI, and how to go about their preparation. Yes, Vishal, that is this session all about how to prepare for non-GK sections. I will take different sections one by one and you can shoot your queries in any form as naive as as it can get, or say as a complex query you have. Just feel free to ask all your queries in this session about about preparation of different sections for TISSNET apart from the GK part. So before I start off with verbal, let me first start off with the section, content DI. So we all know that apart from GK, we are going to get 30 questions from verbal. We are going to get approximately 14 to 15 questions from LR. We are going to get 6 questions from DI, and then we are going to get the remaining 10 to 12 questions from LR. From Quant. So that is going to be the overall breakup. Say 12 to 15 questions from LR, 6 questions from DI, and the remaining questions from Quant. In the 30 question set, which is going to be non-verbal and non-GK part. Now, when it comes to 6 questions of DI, you are going to get 2 caselets of data interpretation with 3 questions each. These DI caselets will be very easy. They would just require you to read the data from a line graph, bar graph, or a pie chart. Do calculations as basic as year-on-year increase, month-on-month increase, average increase, comparison. So if you are well aware with the basic calculations around averages and percentages, you will be able to solve all 6 DI questions with 100% accuracy in less than 5 minutes. So 6 DI questions should be the target for you to ensure that you are getting those 6 questions of DI correct. And these questions are going to be very basic. You can prepare them from R.S. Agarwal Quantitative Aptitude book, or you can prepare them from Arun Sharma Level of Difficulty 1 of Data Interpretation book. Any of these books would suffice for the 6 DI questions which you are going to get in the examination from DI. Then if you are enrolled in our TISSNET coaching courses, just go through all the DI videos of the TISSNET course, then take up the DI tests which are there, and then just move on to mocks. You don't need to spend more time in practicing DI for TISSNET. DI for TISSNET is going to be very easy. Ideally, it should not take you more than 10 to 15 days to be able to ensure that you are able to score 6 out of 6 for DI. Nihal, you can, with practice, you will improve your time from 7 to 8 and you will bring it down to 5. If you are getting 100% accuracy, it's perfect. With some more practice, you will reduce this time from 7 to 8 to 5 to 6, which will be good enough. Okay, so for DI, this should be your strategy. You should not be investing more than 15 to 20 days for DI. If you are the part of the coaching course, just go through videos and the sectional tests of DI. If say you are preparing from somewhere else, just go for R.S. Agarwal Quantitative Aptitude book or Arun Sharma DI book, but only level of difficulty 1 questions. That will suffice for DI at TISSNET level. And only 6 questions are there, simple data reading, but please ensure that you have studied percentages and averages before starting off with your DI preparation, because whatever you will study in percentages and averages is what you will be using for DI and TISS. Yes, Sanjana, Arun Sharma LOD 1 is sufficient. So your concepts of percentages and your concept of average need to suffice, need to be a precursor, a pre-requirement for you to move to the DI part for TISSNET. Football world, yes, it will suffice for history, but let's focus this session on non-GK part. I've already talked a lot about GK. If you are the part of the courses, you can ask your queries regarding GK in the WhatsApp group. But yes, whatever GK material we are providing you will suffice for history also. GK ebooks plus history tests. So history ebook plus history tests. Okay, now moving back to DI, as I said, please ensure if you are starting now that you have studied averages and percentages before moving to the DI videos and the DI tests, or say solving DI questions from any book. Okay, now this was about the DI part. Now I will move to the quantitative aptitude part. As I have talked earlier also, for quantitative aptitude from TISSNET perspective, arithmetic is the most important topic. From arithmetic, you will get 6 to 8 questions. So 70 to 80% of your quantitative aptitude paper in TISSNET is going to be from arithmetic. Apart from arithmetic, you will hardly get a very basic trigonometry question, very basic linear equation question, very basic PNC or probability question. You don't need to worry about what people are solving for SNAP, NMAT, CAT, ZAT for PNC and probability. The question in TISSNET examination from PNC and probability will be just say among the questions, first 50 questions which any book gives you for PNC and probability in LOD 1. Not even the questions towards the end of LOD 1, but just the initial few questions. PNC and probability in a test will be something like very easy. It does not even match the LOD 1 questions of Arun Sharma a lot. right? So say if Arun Sharma's LOD 1 questions of PNC and probability has 100 questions, just first 20 to 30 questions are what you are going to get in TISSNET. That is the only TISSNET level. Now, Sanjana, coming to the TISSNET part, which topics are important? As I said in TISSNET Quant, arithmetic is the most important topic. In arithmetic, I talk about averages, I talk about percentages, I talk about time, speed, distance, time and work, profit and loss, mixtures and allegations, ratio and proportion, and simple interest and compound interest. These are the topics which fall under arithmetic, and they are going to constitute 70 to 80% of the quant section of TISSNET examination. I request you to go through the videos which we are providing in TISSNET coaching course to understand PNC and probability concepts. Otherwise, whichever coaching you are preparing for maths, just go through the initial concepts of PNC and probability, and they will be more than sufficient. You don't need in-depth things. You don't need concepts like conditional probability and all those stuffs for TISSNET level quant. Is it clear from quant perspective what to prepare, how to prepare, what level to prepare? Anyone who has any questions around quant and DI, please feel free to ask me. Now, the reason I stress a lot on arithmetic is the moment you do well in arithmetic and the moment you start doing well in arithmetic and DI, that is with 100% accuracy, you are all sorted for a 80 plus score if you are able to do well in GK also, right? So even if say you are weak in number system, you are weak in geometry, you are weak in trigonometry, you are not very good with quadratic equations, all those things you don't need to worry when it comes to TISSNET quant. Avirup, at max one question you may get in the TISSNET examination, that's it. Vishal, everything in DI, there is no bifurcation in DI. The chapters of DI, could be line graph, it could be bar graph, it could be line graph, it could be pie chart, it could be anything. It could be a table. So there are basic 4 or 5 formats which you study in the coaching course videos. Also, we have covered 4 to 5 forms of data representation, and same would be covered in any DI book also. Just all those 4 or 5 representations, tables, bar graphs, line graphs, pie chart, and that will take care of your DI. Yeah, now I will come to the LR part. I guess quant and DI is sorted for everyone. There is a Mukesh, I have already told that in geometry you will hardly get one question, right? So Tanisha, Sanjana, I guess you both are talking about LR. Before I start off with the LR part, anyone here who has any question around quant or DI? Anything which we have not discussed so far about quant and DI and you want to ask? I have told about books to prepare. I have told about important topics. I have told about that you don't need to worry about, say, topics like geometry or functions and graphs or quadratic. You won't get a question around quadratic or, say, functions and graphs in TISSNET. You won't get that. Pulkit, I must have sent you a study plan. If you are a recent joinee of our course, I would definitely have sent you one study plan. Please follow that study plan. And if you are, say, preparing from somewhere else, then for quant, first of all, complete arithmetic part and the DI part, and then move to the other topics. So if you are preparing for TISSNET quant, irrespective of the source you are using to prepare, always move from arithmetic to DI and then to the other topics of quant. But arithmetic and DI are the base, are the most important topics which are going to ensure that out of 30, you are scoring 20 plus in that particular part, which is quant, DI plus LR. Arithmetic and DI, most important. I hope I could answer you, Pulkit. So if you are starting now, start off first with percentages, move to averages, then take up the remaining DI topics and the remaining arithmetic topics simultaneously. But percentages and averages need to be studied first in case you are aiming for exams like TISSNET, where even the DI is going to be purely average and percentages oriented. Now I will move to the LR part. For LR, the book which you need to refer is R.S. Agrawal, Verbal and Non-Verbal Reasoning book. There will be questions from syllogism, there will be questions from data sufficiency, there will be questions from statement, assumption, conclusion, there will be questions from data sufficiency, then you will get caselets, you will get questions around family tree, you will get blood related questions, you will get alphanumeric series, you will get number series. It will be a mixed bag. So 15 questions of LR would be, say, spread around 10 to 12 different topics, for which we are providing you the videos in the coaching course. Or if you are referring to RS Agarwal book, you have all those topics in the RS Agarwal verbal and non-verbal reasoning book. So the LR topics of TISSNET, they are very different from CAT. So if you are preparing, say, from CAT LR perspective from any source or any coaching, and you think that the same is going to take care of your TISSNET, no, TISSNET topics are very, very, very different. Nehal, I will say that wherever you are stuck in syllogism caselets, please ask your doubts in the group and we will help you out, because I remember that you are one of our students. So Nehal, you should ask your doubts of syllogism caselets in the WhatsApp group and we will help you out in understanding things, and gradually with more and more practice, you won't find them tough. Football word again, Arun Sharma is not sufficient for LR of TISSNET because topics of LR in TISSNET are very different. Arun Sharma LR is a CAT book, it is not a TISSNET level book. For TISSNET level topics for LR, you should refer to RS Agarwal verbal and non-verbal reasoning book. Is it clear? Are you getting that? Why am I saying that do not prepare for Arun Sharma's LR book for TISSNET LR? Vishal, you can refer to this article. In this article, we have listed down all the topics across DI, across LR, across verbal, across quant, which will come in the examination. You can refer to the above article, Vishal. There are certain areas in LR which you may find tough, like syllogism is one, data sufficiency is one. Some people may even find tough, like one is true, two is true, one and two are true, or say cause and effect questions. You get cause and effect questions in TISSNET, alphanumeric series, numeric series. So you will get a variety of questions. But if you are practicing from the right sources, if you are practicing from the right set of books, if say you are practicing from a TISSNET specific course and TISSNET specific mocks, then you should not find a challenge. Wherever you are stuck in syllogism, data sufficiency, caselets, or anywhere, feel free to ask your doubts to us in the WhatsApp group. We are always connected with you on the WhatsApp group. So please ask your doubts, since we ensure that the doubt solving is a very critical part of your preparation. So please feel free to ask your doubts in the WhatsApp group, since most of you are the part of our courses. The moment you will ask your doubts, they will get cleared. So you don't need to worry if you are stuck in a question. Point is, keep practicing. And when you are asking, say, for a doubt, what I will suggest you from preparation perspective is, suppose, say, if you could not solve a syllogism caselet, then don't just ask us to solve it. Share your solution with us, so that we can tell you that at which step did you go wrong. That will help you to improve. That will ensure that in future, if you find a similar caselet or a caselet on the similar lines, you do not repeat the same mistake. Remember, as a part of your August to November journey, August to December journey for TISSNET, what you need to ensure is you don't repeat same mistakes again and again. It is completely okay if you make a new mistake. It is completely okay if you come to me with 50 caselets and in every 50 of the caselets, you have made a new mistake. But what is not right from a student perspective is to repeat the same mistakes across 50 caselets. So whenever you ask your doubt, ask where you are going wrong, so that we, the mentors, can help you to understand your mistakes, so that you don't repeat those mistakes. Level of difficulty for quant, Damini, for TISSNET, if say you rate CAT as 8 out of 10 in difficulty level, ZAT 9 out of 10, TISSNET would be 4 out of 10. The difficulty level of TISSNET from RS Agarwal perspective is, say, the first half of the questions of RS Agarwal, TISSNET will be same level. So suppose, say, if RS Agarwal has 200 questions on a topic, first 100 questions are of TISSNET level. The last 100 questions, they are a notch above the TISSNET level. I hope that answers your query, Damini. I am not able to read the entire username, but I guess Labuk Sharma, you have just asked from a TISSNET perspective. I would say that this is the 5th year. We'll be helping out the students for TISSNET. Last year, we had approximately 189 students getting the call for PIT and PI for different courses. And it's very important, because what I see one pattern among TISSNET aspirants is, there are a lot of TISSNET aspirants who are not preparing for CAT. because they are not say solely aiming for HRM. They take TISSNET course for MPH. They take TISSNET course for MSW. There are a lot of people who want to get into the other non-HRM related master courses at TISS, and for them, preparation of an exam like TISSNET is entirely new. That's where the course which we offer helps the students a lot. Mahendra, GK ebooks, they are uploaded on a regular basis. As I've said, every 7 to 10 days a new ebook is uploaded. This session is not about Careerna courses. If you want to talk about Careerna courses, you can separately ping me, because I don't want this to be a session where people see me only talking about our courses. This is a session where I want to talk more about the strategy perspective. It's not a marketing session where I just want to talk about the courses. In terms of success ratio, as I said, last year we had 189 calls for PIT and PI, and out of them, approximately 137 students, they converted their PIT and PI calls, because we also help students to prepare for PIT and PI. So it's not just the written examination preparation, it's even the PIT and PI. Now, coming back to the agenda of the session, where we need to talk more about the session, the preparation part. Quant LRDI, I have talked about. Anyone who has any doubts about which topics what will LR constitute of, I will suggest you to go through this article. This article mentions all the topics. So in case you are confused about LR topics, you can go through the above article. Best book for Mukesh, I have said that R.S. Agarwal is the best book if you want to prepare for any section for TISSNET. In case you don't have R.S. Agarwal, but you have Arun Sharma DI and Arun Sharma Quant, LOD 1 will suffice. But in case you don't have Arun Sharma and you are yet to buy a book, you should always buy R.S. Agarwal. The book, yes, it will definitely help you for maths. As I said, we have a lot of students who are not preparing for CAT, but they are preparing only for MSW, MPH courses, where people do not have a touch with maths for a long time, and they are not going for any CAT coaching. So that's where the course comes into the picture, where every topic is taught to you from the basics. Lovely, TISSNET and trigonometry both clubbed together could be anywhere between 0 to 2 questions. Mahendra, I will come to the verbal part first. Let me just complete off with the queries which people have around Quant, LR and DI part. Any other queries around Quant, LR and DI? Anyone? Now see, your strategy for Quant, LR and DI 30 questions should be that if you are aiming for a course like HRM, which is going to have, say, a cutoff in high 70s or early 80s, your target should be that out of 30 questions of Quant, LR and DI, you are getting 26 to 27 correct answers. So out of 30, you should get 26 to 27 correct in Quant plus LR plus DI, where 6 of DI will be a cakewalk. So based on your strong areas and your weak areas, you need to decide between Quant and LR that how are you going to ensure that which 3 or 4 questions you can skip, and rest all you should be solving with 100% accuracy. Sai, from LR, you will get 12 to 15 questions. Is it clear, Sai? Any other queries? Any other queries around LR, Quant, DI? How to go about the preparation? How many questions? Important topics? How to prepare? Please ask your queries. If you are stuck anywhere in terms of doubts, please feel free to ask your doubts in terms of strategy over here. If you are the part of the courses and you, while solving questions, you get stuck, please feel free to ask your doubts in the WhatsApp group, and we will be helping you out with the question solving. But please ensure that for you to learn, it's very important that you do not repeat the same mistakes, and hence always with whomsoever you are preparing. You must be preparing, say, in either Time, IMS, Career Launcher, Career Arena, or say some other online coaching. Wherever you go to your mentors, to your teachers to ask your doubts. Make this habit that you always show your solution to them and ask them that tell me where was my solution wrong, so that you don't repeat the same mistake, irrespective of the coaching you are preparing from. Labuk, you want me to talk about our courses again and again? Please understand this session is not a marketing session. I want to talk about the strategy. We are the biggest TISSNET coaching course provider since the inception. We were the first one to launch TISSNET course in 2014. Or everyone else you see providing you TISSNET coaching has come later on. We are the biggest out there. Last year we had we always have enrollments in thousands for TISSNET. TISSNET has very low number of seats. Most of the courses they have 30 to 40 seats. Calls are made in the ratio of 1:6. Are you getting my point? So, and every year I see enrollments between 1,000 to 2,000 for TISSNET with us. So let's not make this a marketing session. Let me talk more about the session around strategy preparation. I don't want this to be a marketing session. Any questions you have the number. You can ping me on WhatsApp and ask your doubts around the courses. But please, let's focus this session on a non-marketing tone. Mine, if you are scoring around 95 percentile in mocks, it's definitely good for HRM. Try to take it to 97, 98 because a higher TISSNET written examination score is going to help you for the convert also. Because from convert perspective, so how it works is your written examination score is going to have 50 to 60% weightage in your final convert. So if you score high, it will definitely help you in convert also. Shavani, I'm going to come to verbal in another couple of minutes. See, Avirup, so I see two questions. One is verbal preparation, one is time management. Dhriti, for maths, you should go for R.S. Agarwal Quantitative Aptitude book or Arun Sharma Level of Difficulty 1. So I see broadly two questions being asked right now, which I have not answered so far. One is verbal preparation, one is time management. I will first talk about verbal preparation, then I will move to time management. Trigonometry is not set theory. Yes, you will definitely get one question from set theory. Trigonometry you can leave if you want. When I say set theory, it basically talks about the caselet where I can say that 10 people in the class they eat toffee, then other 10 people in the class they eat chocolates. How many people eat both toffee and chocolates if the total number of students in the class is 18, or how many people don't eat anything if this is a scenario. Just that basic level thing, nothing more, nothing difficult than this what I just now said, Bhavya. So if what I said, the basic union and the basic intersection thing, if you know, you don't need anything else. Is it clear, Bhavya? Avirup, I will come to time management in couple of minutes. Coming to verbal. Now see, from verbal perspective, the two most important areas for your verbal preparation are vocabulary and reading comprehension. Why I say reading comprehension? Because reading comprehension in TISSNET is a cakewalk. Reading comprehension in TISSNET means go to the questions first, read the question, find the keyword in the passage, mark the answer. You will not get any inference based question, you will not get any conclusion based question, you will not get title of the passage, you will not get tone of the passage kind of questions in TISSNET verbal. TISSNET verbal is very, very basic and factual based RC. You read the question, find the answer, mark it. So if there are 6 to 8 questions of RC, you should be able to solve all 6 to 8 with 100% accuracy, even if it takes 10 minutes in finding the answer, in finding the keyword in the passage. Those are sure shot 100% guaranteed marks. It's not say like a CAT or a ZAT RC where they can ask you conclusion, inference, title, tone, source. No. You will never see a question like source of the passage in TISSNET or tone, title, nothing on those lines. Anything in TISSNET RC is going to be factual based on the information given in the RC. So 6 to 8 questions of RC, just go and grab them. They are 100%, they are meant for 100% accuracy to give you easy marks. Coming to the grammar part, I will divide this into two parts. People who are preparing with us through the coaching course, go through the sentence correction videos. Those sentence correction videos will take care of your grammar part for TISSNET. People who are preparing from other sources, please go through Wren and Martin grammar book. Wren and Martin will take care of your grammar portion for TISSNET. If you are not preparing with us, if you are preparing with us, sentence correction videos will take care of it. Mahendra, you don't need to study the RC tones for TISSNET. So for grammar, you will get a good number of questions. Grammar plus vocabulary is going to constitute a good part. Okay. So football world, as I said, usually people have, say, for example, last year students who cleared and got HRM calls. They, if they were, say, getting in our mocks in the range of 65 to 70, all of them ended up getting 8 to 10 marks more in the actual exam. So our mocks are, say, 5% tougher than the actual TISSNET mock. Mukesh, best book for RC, any book which you use for verbal ability, like Arun Sharma verbal ability book will suffice. LOD 1 questions of RC. Vishal, word power made easy is too comprehensive. It's too comprehensive in the sense that it's too big. As I've said in the previous sessions also, if you want to prepare from a word list, there are two ways to prepare word list vocabulary. One is the word list which we are providing you in the course. Second is GRE Baron high frequency word list. There is a GRE Baron high frequency word list PDF available on Google. Just go through the high frequency word list of GRE Baron and you will be good. There is no need to waste your time in World Power Made Easy, because World Power Made Easy is going to consume a lot of time. Nitish, no, you don't need to prepare for GT topics right now. You can start preparing them from the day of the day the exam gets over. Your PIT and PI process for tests will happen in March mid to April mid, depending upon the course and the campus. So you will have good enough time to prepare for PIT and PI after your written examination. At this point of time, focus the most on the written examination score. Sai, for antonyms and synonyms, the word list which you are preparing will take care of antonyms and synonyms. And say, suppose if you want to practice more, thesaurus.com is the website from where you can practice more of antonyms and synonyms. Thesaurus.com, I will type it for the benefit of all of you. Thesaurus.com. Vishal, I guess I have answered your question. In terms of grammar, you will get few questions of grammar, but it can be very easily handled. Idioms and phrases, the ebook which we are providing for idioms and phrases is going to suffice. You don't need to worry a lot and keep reading a lot of idioms and phrases. Mahendra and Mukesh, you asked the same question. I guess I have just answered it. Yes, Mahendra, it should be there in your account. In case you are not able to see it, just ping me on WhatsApp in 1-to-1 and I'll ensure that you are able to see it by tomorrow. Vishal, I have it earlier as well. Let me reiterate myself. Out of 100 questions, 14 GK, 13 verbal. 30 out of 13 verbal, you will get around 6 to 8 questions from RCs. You will get around 10 to 12 questions from vocabulary and the grammar part. In Quant LR plus DI, you will get 12 to 15 questions from LR, 6 questions from DI, remaining from Quant. Within Quant, you will get 6 to 8 questions from arithmetic. You cannot retake a test, Tanu. You can review a test any number of times. You cannot retake it. Abhinav, if you are talking from GK perspective for topics like dance, art, cultures, we are providing you the ebooks for dance, art, culture, tribe, so you don't need to worry. Mukesh, one word substitution is nothing but the part of your vocabulary. So if you have a stronger vocabulary, that automatically takes care of one word substitution. Aviru, parajumbles, we have provided you the videos of parajumbles. They are more than sufficient for TISSNET parajumbles. So just go through those videos and practice parajumbles from any verbal ability book, followed by the topic-wise tests. Parajumble videos are already there in the coaching course. You will get max of 2 to 3 questions from parajumbles. But definitely you will get at least one question from parajumbles. Anyone else? Any other question around verbal part? Is it clear? RCs never leave RC for verbal. For the verbal section of TISSNET, never leave the RC question. Mukesh, all these kind of questions, they are the part of vocabulary. If you have a strong vocabulary, you automatically take care of this. You can search for things like these on Google, like homophones. You can go and search on Google. You will get a list. Go through it. Tanu, idioms and phrases ebook. We will be providing you idioms and phrases ebook. Since I remember, Tanu, that you are the part of the course, so you just need to study that ebook for idioms and phrases. Nidesh, academics does if they are good, they will help you. If they are not, if they are very poor, they are definitely going to need you to defend them in the interview. But saying that there is an outright weightage for 10th, 12th, or graduation marks in TISSNET, no. TISSNET, PIT, and PI calls, they are solely based on the performance of the TISSNET examination. They are not linked to your 10th, 12th, or graduation marks. Last year, I had a student who was first working for 2 years. Then he had 3 years gap because he was preparing for UPSC, and then he took the TISSNET examination. He scored well. He got the HRM call. We prepared him an answer for the gap, which was because of UPSC preparation, and he converted the call. Today he is studying HRM in TISS. In TISS Mumbai campus, he is studying HRM. So the profile, academics, all these things, they matter, but it's also about how do you handle them in that at the time of interview. So if you can handle them at the time of interview, there is no need to worry. Vishal, this is the wrong time for you to read all these books. I will share the link later on for HR books where we have listed down 5-6 books for HR. I will share that article link after this session with all of you in the comment section on YouTube so that you can go through it. I will share that link, but I will suggest all of you at this point of time, when exam is just 5 months away, please focus on the written examination. Written examination score is going to play a critical role in your final convert also. So instead of getting into doing those stuff for profile building, which you can later on take care after the exam and before your PIT and PI, don't need to worry. Unless say you have a lot of gap and you want to do any certification or something on those lines, there is no need to get into reading HR books or say preparing for PIT at this point of time. Please understand that you will have good enough time after the written exam and you can do all these things then. But right now, your focus should be on maximizing your score. 80 plus score will always help you, whether it be for HRM, whether it be for MSW, whether it be for MPH. If you have a 80 plus score, you always are on a very, very strong footing. Any doubts, anyone? I am left with the time management thing. Mahendra, as I said last year, 189 students they got the call for PIT and PI across the courses at TISS. Now coming to the time management. Suppose 100 minutes. We all know that we are going to get 100 minutes in the exam in which we need to do 100 questions. Now see, for GK, for the GK 40 questions, I either know the question or I don't know it. 40 questions of GK should be solved within 20 to 25 minutes. You should attempt 40 questions of GK in 20 to 25 minutes. Mahendra, in general, 1:6 is the call ratio. Depending upon the course, the call ratio is 1:6. Now, when it comes to the time management part, out of 100 minutes, spend 20 to 25 minutes on GK. I will write it here, 20 to 25 minutes on GK. Because 40 questions of GK, you just need to read the question and mark the answer. There is no point of solving it. So you either know it, you don't know it. Since TISSNET is the exam with no negative marking, even if you don't know the answer, you will mark it. So you mark it and move ahead. 20 to 25 minutes on GK. For 30 questions of verbal, apart from RCs, there are no other questions where you need to take a lot of time. So 30 questions of VAA should be solved in 25 to 30 minutes. Because in RC, you just need to read the question and mark the answer by finding it. 25 to 30 minutes for verbal part. Okay. And the remaining time should go on Quant plus LR plus DI. This is how you should distribute your time for out of 100 minutes for the exam like TISSNET, where there is a GK heavy section where you don't need to spend time solving. Plus, there is a very easy verbal section and the only section which would consume your time is Quant, LR, and DI. So you should put up at least say around 45 to 50 minutes, or say in the best case scenario 40 to 50 minutes for Quant, LR, and DI 30 questions, so that you get 1.5 minutes per question for Quant, LR, and DI, 40 to 50 minutes for Quant, LR, and DI, and 20 to 25 minutes for GK, and the remaining for verbal part. That's how you should distribute your time. But you should ensure that you are keeping 1 to 1.5 minutes per question for Quant, LR, and DI with you, because that is the only section in TISS which consumes your time. You should not be wasting for 35 minutes on GK. You should not be wasting 40 minutes on verbal. No. Whatever more time you have to spend in an exam like TISSNET, that should be spent on Quant, LR, and DI. Is it clear? Does that make sense? Does this make sense to you in terms of time distribution? Any questions, anyone? Right. Now, in terms of football, I will say you can go from the either approach. If say you are strong in Quant, LR, and DI, start off with Quant, LR, and DI. If you are weakest in Quant, LR, and DI, then first do GK and first do verbal and then move to Quant, LR, and DI. So that depends upon what is your strong area, what is your weak area. Never start your examination with the section which is your weak area, because if you start the exam with your weak area, it may lead you to demotivation at the start itself, and hence you should never start your exam with the weakest area. You should always start the exam like TISSNET with your strongest area. So out of the three sections, whichever is your strongest area, start your exam with that. Is it clear? Himanshu, you can refer to this video. This video was about TISSNET GK strategy. So just go through this video about TISSNET GK strategy, and all your queries would be answered, Himanshu. In case you will have any more queries after that, you can ask those queries in the comment section, or you can WhatsApp me at my number, which I have shared earlier. Also, I am sharing it once again. Okay. Now, for people who are starting their preparation right now, or say for people who are preparing even for CAT and all those things, please ensure that you have covered the TISSNET specific LR topics by September end. Within August to September, you have prepared the LR topics which are specific to TISSNET. Okay, so that October, November, December, you can focus on mock tests and their analysis. Sanjay, I have already covered this in this session itself, that how to clear the English section, spot the error. That all depends upon what sources you are using to prepare. Whichever coaching you are studying with, please ensure that you are studying sentence correction, you are studying parajumbles, you are studying RCs. Those things will take care of your spot the error or grammar based questions in TISSNET examination. If you are the part of our course, Sanjay, we are providing you the videos on parajumble sentence correction. Please go through them in case you are still to go through them. In terms of mock frequency, I will reiterate, please ensure that from September onwards, you are taking one mock test of TISSNET every 7 days. By the time you move to December, frequency should be one mock test every 4 days. At least by the end of September, in the non-GK part, you should have completed arithmetic, you should have completed DI, you should have completed LR, you should have completed RC, you should have completed sentence correction and grammar. These are the topics which you should have definitely covered by the end of September, so that you find taking mocks easy. Arithmetic, DI, RC, sentence correction, and LR. Complete these areas first. Rather than wasting your time on geometry, trigonometry, PNC, probability, first ensure that you have completed these many topics. That is arithmetic, DI, entire LR, RC, sentence correction. Football, yes, we do have those many mocks. We provide you 20 full-length mock tests of TISSNET, which will take care of the frequency which I told you. Any more doubts around what all to prepare first at the high priority? Does everyone get the topics which you need to prepare with high priority in the month of August and September, rather than say investing a lot of time on geometry, trigonometry, etc.? Is it clear? Anyone wants me to repeat those topics? Yes, Nihal, this session will be published on YouTube channel. Plus, I will be sharing its link in the WhatsApp group too. Are you all clear the high priority topics? Are you all clear? Should I take their names once again? The topics which you should definitely complete by August, September. First is arithmetic. Then is DI. Then is LR. Arithmetic, DI, LR, RCs, and sentence correction / grammar. I will type them also: arithmetic, DI, LR, RC, sentence correction, which will take care of your grammar. Now see, the point with vocabulary is you can keep on studying vocabulary. The point is, vocabulary will never be enough. So vocabulary will never guarantee you 100% return. But sentence correction, grammar, RC is going to guarantee you 100% return. And that's where you should first focus on completing RC and sentence correction rather than say wasting 2-3 hours daily on building vocabulary, because vocabulary will never give you 100% returns. Because vocabulary is so vast. That's true for anyone. Be it anyone out there, no matter how strong with vocabulary, there is no guarantee that that particular person will go to the exam and solve all the questions of vocabulary with 100% accuracy. Because that is how vocabulary is framed. That is why for verbal, RC, sentence correction and grammar are the important topics. LR and DI and arithmetic. These are your most important topics which you should definitely complete by September end. Is it clear? Any more doubts, anyone? Sanjay, any doubt? Nihal? Sai, any more doubts? Bipanchi, see, you will never get a direct question meaning question in the exam. You will get a question like antonym, synonym, homophones, confusing words, fill in the blanks, those kind of things. They will form around 4 to 8 questions. But again, as I said, you can never be sure that you will always get them correct, no matter how much vocabulary you prepare. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying that don't prepare vocabulary. I'm saying prepare vocabulary, but take it as an add-on. Don't take it as the main topic and you keep spending 3 to 4 hours daily on vocabulary or 2 to 3 hours on vocabulary daily and hinder the important topics. Is it clear, Bipanchi, what I'm trying to say? Sai, please go through this session of YouTube in which I have told you how to go about the GK section, where to start, what to study. I've told everything in this session in the video which I have just now shared. So Sai, you don't need to worry. Just go through the above video. It will take care of all your requirements for GK preparation in terms of how to start your GK. Swapnil, I've just now typed the topics above: arithmetic, DI, LR, RC, sentence correction and grammar. Swapnil, please go through this video since you are also the part of our course. Just go through this video. It tells you what to prepare when. Whatever I have mentioned in this video for the July part, you can push it for the end. But start following the above video for August plan onwards. Saloni, important maths topic. Arithmetic is the only most important topic for maths. Arithmetic constitutes of percentages, averages, time, speed, distance, time and work, profit and loss, ratio and proportion, simple and compound interest. Saloni, there is no GK book for practice. As such, there is no one book which takes care of TISSNET GK. If say you are preparing independently, then you need to go through multiple sources like NCRT books, yearbooks. But I guess there is a student named Saloni in our courses. So in case you have enrolled in our courses, just go through the ebooks and the tests which we are providing, and that will take care of things. Any more doubts, anyone? Saloni, Bipanchi, Swapnil, Sai, Football World, any more questions? Dhyanchand, we are providing past year questions for Quant, LRDI, and Verbal as a part of sectional tests in the course. Any more questions, anyone? Okay, so Saloni, I'll share with you the link. This is the link. You can go through it, and in case you have any queries around fees or anything else, you can message me on WhatsApp. My number is this. Mahendra, I will share the article later on in the group or in the comment section of this video. I don't have that article ready right now. Saloni, you will get everything in the above course. That will take care of your everything. For fees or any other related query, you can WhatsApp me. Dhyanchan, as I said, in the same course for which I have just now provided the link, we are sharing past year questions in form of sectional tests. So all of you who are the part of the course already, do ensure that you solve the sectional tests which we are providing you, because those sectional tests will take care of your past year questions. Uh, Saloni, yes, that is also available. And in case say you are preparing for all the MBA exams, then Saloni, I will suggest you to go through this link. This will take care of all your exams, and you can ping me on WhatsApp for any other query or discussion. Saloni, you can go through the above link. Mahendra, yes, you can update your course to cover for PIT and PI. You can do it right now also. You can do it once the results are out also. Okay. And if some of you are still say preparing for CAT also, and are looking out for online courses, probably this is the link which you can refer and go for the option which suits you. In case you go for complete MBA prep course with us, that course will take care of your TISSNET preparation also. So the complete MBA prep course takes care of all the MBA exams including TISSNET. Anyone else, any doubts? Great. So I hope this session was useful. I could answer some of your queries. I could give you some direction of how to prepare, what topics to focus on first, so that you don't waste your time in those topics which may have 0 to 1 question in the exam. But you can first focus your efforts and your time on those topics which will have higher weightage in the exam. Great. So thank you everyone for joining. We will keep arranging such sessions from time to time. Next week, or say next weekend, I will probably take one session on how to attempt a TISSNET mock, in which I will give the live demo of attempting the TISSNET mock test. Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a good weekend and happy preparing. You all have my WhatsApp number. In case you have doubt, you can WhatsApp me anytime. Thank you everyone. Sure mind. Thank you.